Here's something that might surprise you. The same electromagnetic frequencies we worry about from cell phones and Wi-Fi, those same frequencies might actually be used to fight cancer. And it all comes down to a fundamental difference between healthy cells and cancer cells. I'm R. Blank, and today we're diving into fascinating research that reveals cancer cells have completely different electrical properties than normal cells. And scientists are learning to exploit this difference. A 2025 review by Weller and colleagues examined how radiofrequency electromagnetic fields could be weaponized against cancer. Their key finding: cancer cells exhibit what they call autonomous electrical oscillations. Basically, their electrical rhythms are completely out of sync with healthy tissue. Think of healthy cells like a well-conducted orchestra. Every cell maintains its proper electrical rhythm in harmony with surrounding tissue. Cancer cells? They're like musicians playing their own tune, completely disconnected from the symphony around them. This electrical chaos isn't just a side effect of cancer, it may be a vulnerability we can target. The researchers analyzed clinical trials using what's called non-thermal radiofrequency therapy. Unlike traditional electromagnetic treatments that heat tissue, these approaches work through the cell's bioelectrical mechanisms. The results? Sustained cancer responses with minimal side effects compared to chemotherapy. What makes this possible is that cancer cells' disrupted electrical properties make them more susceptible to targeted electromagnetic interventions than healthy cells with normal electrical patterns. But here's where it gets really interesting. This research highlights something crucial about electromagnetic fields. Their biological effects are far more complex than simple good or bad categories. The same RF frequencies we're concerned about from chronic uncontrolled exposure in our daily environment might have therapeutic applications when precisely controlled and targeted. This doesn't diminish concerns about everyday EMF exposure. It actually reinforces how powerful these fields are at the cellular level. As I explore in my book, Empowered, the sheer volume of research linking EMF exposure to biological effects across brain function, immune response, and fertility makes these therapeutic findings both promising and concerning. If electromagnetic fields can be precise enough to target cancer cells specifically, imagine what chronic exposure might be doing to our healthy cells over time. The researchers noted that rather than suggesting there are no consistent effects from RF-EMF, their results show that different cells respond differently to different waveforms, intensities, and durations of electromagnetic signals. This brings us to a crucial point about EMF research. Nonlinear responses, where small changes in exposure can produce dramatically different biological effects, have been documented across numerous EMF studies. It's not a simple dose-response relationship like we see with many toxins. So what does this mean for you? First, this research reinforces why we need to take EMF exposure seriously. If these fields can target cancer cells, they're clearly having biological effects at the cellular level. Second, it highlights the importance of controlled versus uncontrolled exposure. Therapeutic applications use precise frequencies, timing, and targeting. Your daily EMF exposure from devices is none of these things. Third, while this research is promising for cancer treatment, it doesn't change the fundamental recommendation to minimize unnecessary EMF exposure from consumer devices. The bottom line: this research adds another layer to our understanding of how electromagnetic fields interact with living tissue. Cancer cells' altered electrical properties may indeed make them vulnerable to targeted treatments. But that same biological sensitivity is exactly why we should be thoughtful about our everyday exposure. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research.